Lass, and welcome to another sit-down vlog. For this video, I'm going to discuss another interesting topic about my experience in working culture in Norway. This is a perspective from someone who grew up in Asia with a very different culture. It's a total culture shock for me, and I've been working full-time with Norwegians for 3 years now, and I can finally say that I'm getting used to this culture shock, and I know I'll discover and learn more, and I just want to share my experience and get ready to be culture shocked. Let's dive into the topic. Number 1 is equality and flat hierarchy. I just learned that Norwegian work culture places a strong emphasis on equality and working together as equal to their colleagues. This means that the distinction between superiors or leaders and employees is less pronounced compared to some Asian cultures. In Norway, did you know that it is very common for employees to address colleagues and supervisor by their first name and engage in an open discussion? We call someone by their first name. I was shocked, and at first I don't really know if that's how it really works here in Norway. But then one time my colleague just called the CEO by his first name, and I realized later it's very typical in Norway. So if you are visiting or moving to Norway, don't use the term ma'am or sir and calling someone. Instead, you can simply call someone by starting with hi, excuse me, something like that. And number 2 on the list is freedom comes a great responsibility in Norway. Employers will give you freedom to do your own work and your own method or structures at work. These concepts highlight the importance of trust, autonomy, and accountability in Norwegian work culture. I was totally shocked in this concept, but I do feel more motivated to work every day because I think employees thrive more at work when they have the freedom and space to make decisions and shape their work. But in addition, it also emphasizes the need to be independent, responsible behavior, and you are expected to deliver high quality work within the given time frame in your job. What I experience is the most Norwegian employers will put you there at your work, show you this thing and explain you. Then they will ask you after, do you have any question? If you said no, varsågod, they will proceed to their work and give you space at work. And I think that's how the trust built at the working place. The boss or the superior or your colleague will just let you do your job without putting a pressure on you that you need to do this and that, etc., etc. Like microorganizing, they will not gonna tell you what you have to do. It's not acceptable in Norway. You just have to take initiative, or you have to ask if you don't understand the task. And Norwegians are allergic to micromanagement. If you are an expat taking a job offer as a manager or boss in a Norwegian work setup, don't get overwhelmed by this, and take note that you should really learn how the Norwegian working culture works. Number 3 on the list is Flexitid Avspasere. It means this is one of my favorite things, and total culture shocked me in Norway. Flexitid refers to a flexible working arrangement that allows employee to have some control over their daily work schedule. Instead of adhering to fixed working hours, one have the freedom to choose their start and end times within certain guidelines set by the employer. So it depends on the employer. Employees have the flexibility to adjust their working hours based on their personal needs and preferences. For example, an employee in Norwegian working culture may choose to start their workday earlier or later and compensate the time by leaving work earlier or later accordingly. Another thing is the Flexitid. This Flexitid offers employees the opportunity to achieve a better work balance by accommodating personal obligation or preferences such as attending appointment, picking up your children from school, or pursuing personal hobbies or interests. It provides flexibility while ensuring that work responsibilities are fulfilled within the agreed upon. I was also shocked when it's easier to leave work in Norway, especially if you're parents or if you have kids. You need to pick up your kids at school. You can leave at work right away. Just tell your boss, I have to pick up my kids. Bye. And if you have a colleague like that, it's very acceptable in Norwegian working culture. And another thing is the Avspasere, often referred to as compensatory time off or flexi time, or just simply free time. The Avspasere system allows an employee to accumulate additional work hours beyond the standard working hours and convert them into a paid time off. Before we proceed to the topic, I would like to remind you, if you want to integrate and learn more about Norway, you should join the FHS or the Filipino Helping Community in Norway Multicultural Link Integration Program or MLIP 2023. This is a 6-month certificate integration program from July until December 2023 and an exclusive FHS offer for our volunteers. How to become a member? Just visit their Facebook page. The link is on the description box below. MLIP is composed of different activities that will enable you to integrate in the multicultural Norwegian society. It's open for everyone. The activities include, among others, our digital and physical språk cafe session or the language cafe, where you can learn Norwegian for free. Digi seminar in addition, FHS exclusive webinars, volunteer works, and other related integration activities. I really recommend everyone that you should join and become a volunteer. FHS organization is open for everyone and based and registered in Norway. So back on the topic, number 4 on the list is coffee talks. So there's a lot of coffee involved at working in Norwegian working culture. All your colleagues will have their cup of coffee first on the morning. I mean, I drink coffee at home before I go to work, but there's always coffee available at work. At break time, it's nice to have some coffee and get social. It's a way of building a social connection with your colleagues. And another work culture shock is the work-life balance. Of course, everyone is talking about work-life balance in Norway. It's really true. Norway places great importance on maintaining a healthy work-life balance, and employees typically have irregular working hours and enjoy a considerable number of vacation days. There's a lot of holiday in Norway. In my own experience, leaders actually respect their employees that they still have life outside. So if I want to take some free time, my leader will totally understand if I use my Avspasere hours, and my leader will even say, okay, have a great week or good weekend or go ahead. In Norway, the expectation on work-life balance is that work should not dominate one's life, and personal time and family commitments are highly valued. Another culture shock in the list is direct communication. I think Norwegians do value direct and open communication. They tend to express their opinion honestly, and even when discussing sensitive topics. So many people will be scared to answer back to the leaders or contrast their opinion, because in my country, all the leaders are right. You can't say no. You just have to say yes, or else it's being rude in some cases. In addition, I would like to share some story in Norway. Did you know that I talked to my Norwegian boss and I told him that he needs to improve as a leader, and I think he understands my opinion and he respects that this is my comments and opinion. But this directness may contrast with the more indirect and subtle communication style that we often see in Asian culture. As I mentioned, where some individual may use non-verbal cues or implicit language to convey their message, which I did at first. Another culture shock is the collaboration and teamwork. Norwegian workplaces emphasize collaboration and teamwork. Employees are encouraged to work independent but participate actively in discussion and team. You gotta share ideas and contribute to decision-making process. In addition, you should never self-brag about your own achievement. Instead, it's always seen as a teamwork in a Norwegian working place. Last but not the least is emphasis on sustainability and environment awareness. Norway is known for its strong focus on sustainability and environmental awareness. This commitment extends to the workplace, where most companies in Norway often prioritize eco-friendly practices and environmental responsibility. This emphasis on sustainability may be more pronounced in Norway compared to some other European countries. So I think that's it for today. Tell me about your working culture shock in Norway. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on my social media account, Facebook page, and Instagram account. Thank you guys for watching. See you on my next video. Bye!